Okay. Ready to go? Hey everybody, Functional Concepts for Interiors coming at you with another Tip Tuesday.
Yes.
Whoa.
Yes.
Hey. This lovely lady is?
At AZ Lewis Designs.
And I'm Brian.
And this handsome man is, besides the fact that
Furry.
he needs to cut his beard.
I grew another Corona beard, by the way. I shaved it down about 2 weeks ago, a week ago, something. Anyway, all right, everybody. So this week's tip is coming from me. This is really simple. This has to do. This is for you do-it-yourselfers, but also you other contractors. You should already know this from experience and working with your materials. One big problem, I got some people do-it-yourselfers asking me, air bubbles in the grout. Oh, by the way, this has to do with grouting tile, okay, and imperfections. And I'm only going to cover a couple of them, but these are the two biggest ones I've been asked about recently. Tiny air bubbles, little bitty tiny air bubbles in your grout. Here's a simple solution, okay? You're mixing it too fast. You're using a high-speed drill or something, and you're just whipping the shit out of that stuff like you're making cake batter. And you got to remember, grout is a chemical reaction. The water is what activates the chemical reaction, and then the water evaporates, and that's what makes it harden. Okay? You get air inside there, you end up with little bitty tiny air bubbles, and they look like shit.
Like shit.
So quit whipping your shit so much. Seriously though, just slow it down. Slow it down. Another big problem that people have been asking me about is uneven grout lines. And what I mean is the tint, the color from one patch to another, especially with do-it-yourselfers, because those of us that do this for a living, we pretty much know our products. We know how fast it cures. We know about how much we need based off of the different parameters.
And we know which brands we like and which brands we don't like.
Right. You know,
because of X, Y, and Z.
Exactly. But, you know, you newbies or you do-it-yourselfers, I should say, really don't know. And you just go down there and away we go. And maybe you're going to do it in 10-foot areas, 100 square foot at a time or something to make sure you don't run into any issues. You very easily could come out with different colors, and there's multiple reasons for it. No one above the other; they all kind of work together. Number one, you're putting too much water in your grout. Okay, too much water, or you're using different amounts. But too much water in your grout is a problem, anyways. Kind of goes back to your substance. If you're scooping it out and it's just running and dripping it out and dripping off, you're way too thin. Okay, if you're scooping it up and it's pretty hard, and a lot of people like to say peanut butter, but I prefer maybe like a mayonnaise consistency. So, you know, like a smooth peanut butter, but you can raise it up and it doesn't fall off your stuff. You know what I'm saying? But it's still spreadable. I like to go with the mayonnaise consistency. Works pretty good for me. Too much water at cleanup. Too much water at cleanup, and I'm going to get to the reason, more of things of why. This discoloration mainly is happening because of the difference in cure rate. So if you've made two batches and one's got a little more water than the other, then you put them down separate. The one with more water is going to take longer to cure. Okay, so too much water at cleanup can re-soak that grout line. You put it down. You're coming back 15, 30 minutes later, whatever the case may be, and you're coming down there with a soaking wet sponge. You got to remember that chemical reaction's already started and it's begin to cure. You know, it takes 24, 48 for it to completely cure, but it starts, you soak it down, maybe this area is wetter than this area, you could end up with darker spots and lighter spots. So the bottom line is, if one area is drying faster than another, the area that dries the fastest, odds are, is going to end up being lighter than the other one. So there we go with that one. The rest of these pretty much come down to how fast and why this can happen from room to room and transitions is temperature. What time of the day are you doing it? Are you working in a building that is
Temperature controlled?
Temperature controlled evenly across the board. Or is one room air conditioned and another area not? You go to grout these two basically at the same time under the same exact conditions, you very easily could have a mismatch in the grout color. If you have areas that are exposed to sunlight and other areas are not, a lot of places we work, homes, the windows are open. I mean, there's no shades, they're new homes or whatever the case may be. You got light coming in on this areas. Wherever the sunlight's hitting, it's going to cure faster than the other ones. So, and then the other one, like I said, it goes back to temperature. If you've got one room that's air conditioned, another one that's not, it's going to be different. If the whole place is not air conditioned, we do a lot of stuff in new builds and stuff, but a lot of places, there's no AC in them. Pick your time of the day to do it. If you do half the job in the morning and it's 70 degrees and you do the other half of the job in the afternoon when it's 105, they're going to cure differently. Now, do-it-yourselfers and colors of grout, and they don't match the label.
We know.
Here's a couple of quick tips for you. It's real simple. Dye lots, batch lots. Look for the dye lot and the batch lot. Same thing with your tiles. Don't buy 20 boxes of this dye lot and 10 boxes of that one. There's a very good chance they are not going to be the same. Pick everything from the same batch run. We will delay jobs to make sure that we get everything under the same dye lot or the same batch number to make sure that we have the consistency in the entire run. The labels on those bags, they're printed on there with ink or paint, not the pigment inside the concrete. If you use the little swatches or the little sticks, that's been dyed plastic. They're not using the exact same pigment that's going in the product. So, truth be told, the end of the ride, grout starts off darker because it's wet, cures lighter. The color inside the bag, unfortunately, they're not going to let you open the bag, okay? But the color of the dry grout on the inside of the bag is the color that's your floor. Should end up not necessarily the same as what's on the outside of that bag.
That's a lot.
That's a lot, I know, but there you have it, and there you are.
That's why I just pick the colors, and when you guys mix them and you guys do the tile and do the grout.
But one of the biggest problems, the two biggest problems I see on almost a lot of jobs for do-it-yourselfers is improper mixing. You're mixing it too fast, you're whipping it, you're getting air bubbles. The other thing is too much water. If all of a sudden you come down and you're like, oh shit, I got an extra 20 foot over here I got to do. I'm just going to throw some extra water in there and mix it up to stretch me out a little bit. There's a good chance you could have some problems. Besides that, this stuff can end up curling, cracking out. It's not a good deal. I don't want to say deal. Follow the instructions on the bag. There's a reason why they're there.
Men don't like to read instructions.
Don't deviate. Do what's on the bag. And if you got to buy more shit, go buy more. It's just the cost of the deal. That's all I got. We good?
Okay.
Oh, design one.
YouTube. Link in our bio.
Yep, we're there. Come check us out. DM us with more questions like this, a little do-it-yourself things, or anything that you need. Design side for her. That's all her. That has nothing to do with me.
He's not the designer.
Nope. She conjures it up. I make it happen. That's the deal. Peace.
More